Hey, and welcome to Hopcast.
Thanks for coming back, everybody.
I'm Brad Chmielewski,
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
and I feel like we're getting fancy as soon as we go to, like, large format.
I know, yeah, especially if they're, like, in the Belgian regime.
We should have put our suits
Feels
on.
fancy. You want to put our suits on?
I didn't bring mine.
You're not going to fit into mine.
My birthday suit.
We'll do the rest from the koi pond.
Yeah, we got some Belgian triples.
Yeah, it's probably 85 degrees out. What better to do than just drink 9% beers, huh?
One from the east, one from the west.
Right. We have Logsdon makes a triple, and then we also have from Unibroue up in Canada, Don de Dieu. I think I said that right.
Don de Dieu?
Don de Dieu? I don't know. I don't really
know.
speak French that well.
Yeah.
But Belgian triple, I don't know if we've done too many Belgian triples on the show before. I'm sure we've had some, but
probably, yeah.
You know, it's just nowadays seems kind of like a lost style.
Well, yeah, you usually see that maybe around the holidays, with heavily spiced and something added to it, you know.
But they're beautiful beers, and I was just shopping around today and was like, you know what, I haven't had a triple in a while, so thought we'd get after it. Don de Dieu is a beer that we both probably had before, correct?
At some point, I've probably had it, but I don't remember it.
Unibroue makes great Belgian styles. So I say we start there.
Okay.
And then this is kind of a new one, especially to our market here in Chicago.
Yeah.
So save that for last.
And we've raved about Logsdon for years, so.
Yeah. So two breweries that we really respect, so it should be a good episode.
Cool. So when that pours out, the head is so thick it almost looks like yogurt.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely bottle condition these beers, so you can expect certainly some sediment and also a nice, healthy head. And it's subsided.
When you swirl it, the thickness sits in the middle. It's funny. It's like, get a good spin going there. It just sits there.
Yeah, good stuff.
But yeah, like it's bottle conditioned, so it's pretty cloudy.
Mm-hmm. It's got kind of like a burnt orangey type of color to it.
Sunglasses on, so it's definitely darker.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of more golden without the glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Lovely color.
Just great aroma on this beer. So these are both triples that have some spices in them as well. So it's important to note.
Just say spices?
I think they both say just spices. Ale brewed with spices, and organic farmhouse triple brewed with spice.
One spice.
One spice.
Yeah, that smells great. Yeah, it has that like banana-y, clovey thing going on a little bit.
Yeah, I to me it's almost like a really strong wit. It has kind of like the coriander, clove-like thing from the yeast character.
Yeah.
I don't know what the spice is in this beer, but that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Well, let's give it a taste.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, tropical feeling. Like, not that I like opened up a can of that mixed fruit I have as a kid, but it had that like same like tropical feeling to it, and it's not that sweet, but
yeah, it has like a lot of sweetness, but it finishes very, very dry, so it's like a deceptive sweetness where it has like a rock candy type of flavor to it, but it's not finishing cloying at all.
No,
it finishes quite dry.
And that I think maybe the spice is like almost drying it out, whatever it is, if it's clove or allspice. It's something that's a mild spice. It's not like a cinnamon or anything. You're not getting any of that.
Yeah, we definitely got that kind of like sugar is certainly prominent in the beer. It's like I said, like a rock sugar or like a cotton candy
pop
type
rock.
Run through the list of nostalgic child time
pixie stick,
childhood candies.
But what are we coming in? We're coming in at like 10% on this? What's the...
I think 9.
9, okay.
I think there's both 9. Yeah.
Okay. So what's a pretty common Belgian triple that a lot of people are going to see?
Well, Chimay, the Chimay White would
Chimay
be
White, okay.
something that's readily available. St. Bernardus makes one. These are all Belgian breweries.
Right. Is Penrose making any triples, or they only have their single
No,
right now?
you know. So as far as Americans are concerned, Green Flash makes a triple.
Okay.
We actually make one at Goose, but it's heavily dry hopped with Citra.
A triple?
Uh-huh.
What's that one?
It's called the Ogden.
Okay.
And
I guess I don't usually think of that as a Belgian triple. I think of it more as like almost like an American IPA kind of.
yeah, because it has quite a bit of hop character to it, so not traditional in any sense, especially with the hops that we decided to use on it.
I don't know if Pete's doing a Belgian triple. I'm sure he's done one.
He has, and certainly in the past.
That's at Haymarket.
Right.
If anyone's not familiar outside of Chicago.
When you just say Pete.
When I just say Pete.
Everybody knows who you're talking about.
That guy Pete. Pete Crowley over at Haymarket, always making great Belgian-inspired beers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's done a triple. I'm just not thinking of it.
I'm positive he has, even going back to the Rock Bottom days. I'm trying to think of anybody else who's famously done one in the United States.
But even coming up here in Chicago, we have Belgian Fest happening at
Pretty soon.
Skyline Clybourne. I think that's in September.
September, yeah.
Yeah, so
Might see some there.
might see some triples going on there.
Yeah.
All right.
But lovely style, especially, like, I think, this past January, I actually went out to Belgium for the first time.
Yeah.
And that kind of, for me, getting into craft beer, Belgian beer was a large part of that. And
Map room days.
yeah, just like going down the list, and I fell in love with Belgian beer. And as more and more American beer, more American craft beer started coming out, I started going that way. But experiencing it in Belgium was certainly something that reinvigorated my love for Belgian beer.
Okay.
So this is, even though this is not made in Belgium, it definitely has some of the same characteristics as true Belgian beer does.
Okay.
And
Did you
see? I think Unibroue does it a lot better than a lot of people out there as far as capturing that Belgian character.
Okay. Did you see a lot of triples, or was it a lot more singles?
It was everything.
Everything? Okay.
It was, you had the list. I mean, you have your Rochefort and your St. I mean, it was the same everywhere.
Okay.
But getting Chimay is easy as hell when you're out, and they'll even give you vintages out there. Like, oh, how old do you want your Chimay? They'll ask you. Like, wow, this is fantastic. Oh, I'd love a 2-year.
Old enough to drink.
Yeah. And that's just like a part of their culture. Like, beer is such a big thing for them, so it's just normal out there. Like, you order a beer, and then they ask you, oh, well, how old would you like it to be? It's kind of eye-opening.
Wow. When we did the West Florida, that's a quad, right?
Well, they make a quad. They make,
the 12.
They make 6, 8, and 12, so the 12 is a quad, yes.
Okay. So I almost feel like the triple gets skipped, and people go to, like, the single, double quads,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason.
And the triple is a completely different beer where it's lighter on the malt character, not a lot of dark malts in it, whereas the other ones, they're all darker beers.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, in the States, a lot of people have aversions to dark beer, where in Belgium it seems to be the opposite.
Okay.
Not that they have aversion to triple, it's just, you see darker beers more in abundance over there.
Okay. Nice. Well, we're going to sip on this, and then let's move over to the Logsdon. I feel like it's going to be... I just expect almost something completely different from it, knowing Logsdon.
Has to be. This is a very traditional approach to it.
And I feel like we could get something a little funkier.
It could be, maybe. Never know what you're in store for.
Let's finish these up and
Cheers.
dive in. I feel like all bubbly inside, like lots of carbonation.
Doesn't it just make you feel good?
It does, yeah. You just want to dance.
Bottle conditioned beer, it's a beautiful thing.
Is this one bottle conditioned too? Moving on to
I thought Logsdon does bottle condition. I could be wrong. There's no indicator one way or another, but
we don't have the thicker bottle with the cork.
It is the thicker bottle.
Oh, it is thicker. Okay.
But it is capped or crowned.
Okay. Can't visually see how thick it is. You gotta hold it. Really feel it.
Yeah, it's a thick bottle. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this guy.
Cool. So we got like a similar looking beer. I don't think the head was as thick and like creamy as the Unibroue.
No, I also think this beer is a little bit lighter as well.
Like in color?
Yeah.
A little more like almost peachy.
Mm-hmm.
And the bubbles, it's a weird thing, but I think they're a little thicker. Like the Unibroue bubbles were really tightly condensed.
I've got some big fuckers in there.
I know that's a weird, I guess it's a strange thing to mention, but just the bubbles are like slightly thicker, like just like super tiny. But yeah, it looks beautiful. Also, hazy, can't see through it, so yeah, very likely bottle condition.
Yeah, I mean, just based on the appearance of watching it pour out and seeing the head, it looks to be a bottle conditioned beer to me.
Oh. Which I think maybe all Logsdon beers are, because
I think so.
They're in a garage. Like, that place is tiny.
Yeah, you've experienced, though. Paint a picture.
The tasting room, we're on a deck here, and it's probably the size of a Chicago deck, a tasting room area. And then he gave us a little tour, and it's basically like a 3-car garage, but kind of like skinny. So like 3 cars in a row kind of thing.
Okay.
It's deep, and then like another room that was like, maybe just like a storage room where the fermenters were and the vessels there. That was just kind of like, here's like a barn door like kind of thing. It doesn't really close, but it kind of like, here's a latch for it.
I mean, it smells lovely and very traditional and balanced.
I would almost say like fruitier, or like not fruitier, like more floral than the Unibroue.
Yeah, definitely floral forward. And I almost get, like, sometimes, you know, when it's a highly carbonated beer, you get a little tingle on your nose just from breathing in the CO2.
That could have been the fart.
It's a Wet Hot American joke. Summer joke there for you if you guys are following along on Netflix.
But yeah, let's give it a try. All right. Oh, like more carbonated and more sugar. Like I just felt like a sugar buzz when I
doesn't finish as dry as the Unibroue, but certainly not like cloyingly sweet by any stretch.
Oh. Definitely a different beer. Not getting into like the funky saison Bretta kind of feeling maybe you get from their other beers. Like, no, and for them being in like a garage, like you usually hear people talk about like the close quarters of like brewing a non-Brett beer and like a normal beer side by side, like stuff spills over, but I don't know, this is really clean.
It seems like they're managing it very well. Yeah, quite clean. Just tastefully spiced, almost to the point where you can't even detect it from just a phenolic yeast strain.
Right. It's almost just like a little pepper kind of thing there, like just like a dash. Like it's like a pinch of pepper in every brew.
Yeah, quite good. I mean, I'm with you on the carbonation level. Definitely got, for a bigger beer especially, has a little bit of an explosion in your mouth when you first take a sip. Yeah. But I mean, quite enjoyable.
I know we don't usually like compare the beers, but if you had to pick one or the other, do you have a preference? Because every beer is different to someone else, so that's why we're not ever rating the beers.
Mm-hmm.
But if you saw them on the menu, which one would you pick?
Well, I'd probably go with the Unibroue, actually. I liked it was very traditional and it finished a little bit drier. That would be, however, having already experienced both beers. Yeah. So, I mean, this was just it was a treat to be able to try it, something new from a brewery that we really, really like. So, something I definitely wanted to try.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
I would definitely drink it again. It's a great beer, but man, I mean, these guys, I think they just have it dialed in.
They perfected it, yeah.
So well right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
How
with
about
you.
you?
I'm with you on that. I think if I would pick the Logsdon it's a tasty beer and very interesting, and I feel like if you're just having this beer, like, go ahead. But if you want more from your day, or if you're drinking it with a meat or having it with a meal, then the Unibroue beer is like, it's the one to have. Like, I feel like it would pair well with like a lot of different foods.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Logsdon has noticeably more hop character as well than the Unibroue, which would certainly, I mean, the Unibroue is gonna, in my opinion, pair better with food by having that lower bitterness unit.
Okay.
But both tasty beers.
Yeah, so if you can make it out to any brewery, they're both very unique. They're totally different places, so you should check that out. You head up to Hood River, you drive up the mountain. The one you see on the labels that's the mountain. Like, you can look at it from their tap room. It's like, yeah, I painted that picture. Like,
I'm going in 2 weeks. You've convinced me.
Do it. The bathroom is the outhouse.
Cool.
Like, literally, it's like the parking lot, the bathroom, and then the tap room's on the other side of the parking lot. It's nuts.
Well, I'm gonna need to take a pit stop on my road trip anyways, so
All right, do that.
may as well dump over there.
All right. And yeah, with that, we're gonna get out of here. Cheers. Thanks for watching.